Hey, what's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and I generally price things a little bit weird, but it works.
Mountain Man, Mountain Man.
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a reseller based out of Montana, just 1 week into doing this full time now, and we had a pretty good weekend. I'm pretty happy with it. Sunday was a little bit slow, but Friday, Saturday, really good sales. And we're going to take a look at those here in just a second. But also, I get a lot of questions about, the things that I sell, the price points, I guess, more accurately, that I sell them at. And, a lot of people will sell things on an even dollar, $15. Or they'll put them at a price point just under that, right? $14.99. $14.98, $97, $96, maybe $14.50 or $14.49. That's not where I put stuff at. I sell stuff at $14.73, $17.64, whatever it is. The cents at the end of my dollars.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Why do I do that? I'll tell you. But first, we're going to take a look at what's sold. So here we are. Let's take a look. We'll just start over here, I suppose. If you're new to reselling or new to selling video games, maybe you don't know, but Nintendo GameCube, there's the logo there. Keep an eye out for that stuff. Generally, it sells pretty well, some for very high dollar. This, not necessarily checking either of those boxes. It did move relatively quickly, just not for all that much. This one's selling for $5.99 plus shipping, so a pretty light title there. This one, a little bit better on the original Xbox, the Game of the Year, or sequel to the Game of the Year, the original Knights of the Old Republic. Both of these actually very good games on the old Xbox. I think I have them both in my collection. This one selling for $14.73, I believe, plus shipping. So pretty solid flip on that one. Then we sold some more comics, and it's more Moon Knight. And Moon Knight now on Disney Plus. When they first announced that this was going to come out, I jumped on it because there were some cheap titles that I could get here locally, and I bought some of them online. And so I'm not sure which is which at this point, but this one, a pretty good title. This is Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. You can see there. I get it to focus there. This is an older one, 1985. This is number 2. I sold this one in the set. You might remember seeing the set the other day, and I said this was the most valuable out of that set, and it is. This one sold by itself $29.81 plus shipping. We have some others over here also. We've got Fist of Khonshu. This one, number 1. You can see that back from 1985. And I had a couple of these, I think 3 of them in very nice condition. And so this one is a nice title as well. This one going out the door for $14.73 plus shipping. And then we've got down here, see, I paid $10 for that one. I didn't pay that much for the rest of them in this set. But, we did do okay, even though I had to pay up for one of these locally in order to sort of, not complete a run because we didn't have episode 1 or edition 1. But we had 2 through 6. We sold one of these the other day at the same price point, and now this one out for $49.91 for Moon Knight 2 through 6. So $49.91 plus shipping on those. We'll come back over here. We've got some handhelds going out the door. This one is, look at that. This is a really cool one. This is the 25th anniversary. This, of course, a Nintendo DSi XL. This one, a nice flip, $93.79 plus shipping. It's got the stylus with it. The stylus always gets lost, and so even if you find these stylus things in other games, or it's in the bottom of a box or something, hang on to it. You never know when you might be able to use it to complete a handheld, and handhelds sell extremely well. The older stuff doesn't matter, it sells very well. Sold this one as well. Got the adapter down here. This one not worth quite as much, but still a very nice sale. A DS Lite in cobalt blue. This one sold for $59.96 plus shipping. This one also had the stylus down there. Another video game, this one for the Nintendo Entertainment System. We kind of hit the gamut here in this one. This is Gauntlet 2 for the NES. And this one going out the door for not all that much, $8.99 plus shipping. So still, worth listing, certainly. $9. I'll take that. That part of a bulk buy. I'm maybe $1 into it, and I'm $1 into some of the other heavier titles that have gone for $40, $50, $60. So, it all definitely balances out. We sold some shoes in the last one. You saw those, and we're going to be selling some more. I still have a few more to list. Bought a storage unit, and it had some tennis shoes in it. A lot of them were kids' shoes, but kids' shoes still sell very well, guys. And these ones, super clean like the others. Just a little bit on the bottom. I could have done some work to clean those up. I didn't. They're relatively rare anyway. So, see, it's got it's the hair. That Bugs Bunny on there.
Hey, Jordan, and Air Jordan.
What'd you expect? Elmer Fudd?
These are awesome. Like the dinosaur shoes, I probably would have kept these if they were in my size. These are really cool. The Air Jordan 6 Retro Hair. These are 12C. They sold for $38.75 plus shipping. We sold another pair from that unit as well. A little bit more low-key, but still very nice shoe. Flip to the other side there. See, it's just a basic, but it's got the Jordan and the North Carolina blue there. I like these shoes. These are the Jordan 11 Retro. These going out the door for $22.27 plus shipping. And see, there's more of that weird price point. We're going to talk about that I mentioned at the front end. I've got a lot of those weird price points. This one over here, speaking of Jordan, really cool piece. Look at MVP, an old LCD watch. This is, well, it was $2.99 back in the day. Cool watch, still new and sealed from Wilson. Angel saw this in the store, sent me a message and said, I see it, I love it, I have to have it. And so I sent Angel an offer, and Angel accepted that offer. So $45 plus shipping for the old MJ watch. This guy I just picked up this weekend, actually, and this turns out it's really rare and pretty sought after. This is a 15-blade knack knife. It's got the sheath and everything in there. This little thing I picked up for a couple bucks. I mean, once I bundled it in with the other stuff that I picked up this weekend, it was a couple bucks. And this sold very quickly. I had two different people sending me offers at the same time the day of listing. And so I ended up sending a couple offers, had a couple counters come back, sent a couple counters, ultimately ended up selling this thing for $50 plus shipping. So very happy with a couple dollars into this thing, and it sold within the day. Keep an eye out for those old sealed tools like this, guys. This sat through quite a few people going through. Nobody picked it up. It was a $50 bill. Another offer that I accepted on this one, I was hoping to get more, around $15 for this. The old Adidas with the trefoil logo on there. Very clean hat. But you know what? I need to move stuff out, especially full time now. I got to be I'm still not going to get raked over the coals. I'm still not going to take bad offers, but I got to take more offers. And so I did on this one. $10 plus shipping. Not a bad deal for a hat that I probably paid $1 for. I'll take that. Over here, this one has been sitting around. We'll get back to her. This one has been sitting around for a while. I just sold one the other day, and now this one. So this was a retail arbitrage pickup from like 2 or 3 years ago, guys. This has been sitting around forever. Suddenly one sold, and now the other sold. $14.74 plus shipping on the Toy Story float. I guess people getting back outside now. This one, maybe somebody's going to be reading outside. This is John Scalzi. Scalzi? I don't know. This is Red Shirts. And this one was a first printing. So I did hang on to this, though, guys. I've been hanging on to this for a year. It just sat there in my bin for a very long time, but did eventually move out. So first printing of Red Shirts went out for $33.51 plus shipping. Not nearly as good as this guy. You might remember this from the estate sale pickup a couple weeks ago. The Honda Goldwing service manual. This thing I sent out an offer. I got a counter, and I countered the counter, and he accepted it. He actually sent me an offer of $114.40. I don't know why. It's one of those where I think he was probably trying to get it to come out to an even amount. And so I thought, all right, well, I want a little bit more. And so I countered at $119.40. I kept his price point at 40 cents. and he took it. So $119.40 plus shipping for this guy. Now, shipping is going to be a little bit, even medium mail, because this thing is like a 7-pound manual, I think. This thing is super heavy. But these things sell well, guys. Keep an eye out for those old manuals like this that came from the dealer. They're worth quite a lot of money sometimes. So $120.
我有几个球真的打得不错。
这个球飞到的是在左外野方向。This ball is long gone, just like the ex-girlfriend who will never return. Home run!
Not quite as big a sale, but relatively quick sale. You can see these clean up really well on the bottom with a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend is what I generally use on that. I think on this one I used baking powder because I didn't have any other Barkeeper's Friend. I ran out. But these things, Revereware, that's the, there we go. There is the logo down there. This is a 3/4 quart saucepan. Didn't sell for a whole lot, but I picked this thing up at Goodwill on, I think it was a half off day. So I paid $1 for this, is all I paid for it. And I knew because it had the lid, it was going to clean up well. The inside is very, very clean. So I knew this would do well if I put it at the right price point. And it did. It moved out in a handful of weeks. $16.74 plus shipping for that. And these things super easy to ship out. We have some media over here, of course. We've been selling media lately, and we're selling more. This one, a Vietnam War movie, a classic with R. Lee Ermey. And so this one, I knew when I picked this one up that this one was going to be a quick seller. It only lasted a couple of weeks, and it sold for $14.73 plus shipping. Then we sold Barry Lyndon. This is a Kubrick film. I don't know anything about this other than I sold it and I made a little bit of money. $16.74 plus shipping on that. Not quite as good. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the steel book. I sold this one for $7 plus shipping. Took an offer. They sent me an offer of $5, and I actually countered at $7, I guess is what it is, and they accepted. So $7 plus shipping on that. This a Goodwill pickup. Paid 50 cents for this. VHS tapes. Castle in the Sky, and this has a very good sell-through rate, believe it or not. And so I did price it a little bit high because the condition is very nice. You know, a lot of times these things get cracked, and this one did not. So, you know, I do get questions on how I ship media. A lot of the steelbook will be different because it can get dinged up, and a lot of people collect the steelbooks. And so this one is going to be different. This one is going to go in a box. These, I just put a little bubble and put in a bubble mailer. That's all that I do with them. Actually, these work perfectly for games and for movies, and I've never had an issue. So like I said, this one will go in a box just so it doesn't get dented. Same thing with this when it's the VHS tapes, and you know, this thing can get broken, cracked really easily. So I will generally put these in a box as well just to protect them. But Castle in the Sky, moving out the door, and remember 50 cents into this one, and not a huge sale, but for 50 cents, $12.99 plus shipping. That actually an offer that I sent out and they accepted and actually paid. So that was nice. And then our last one over here, as I reset just so I can show you, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some of the figures are very rare. This one is one of the more rare figures, especially to find complete. I've got all her accessories there. This is Mona Lisa, and I paid up for her. I paid $50 in a Whatnot auction to win Mona Lisa, but I knew that that was going to be worth it. I just had to sit and wait because she was in great condition and she was complete, and I had it listed at about $145. And somebody sent me an offer of $120, and I countered back at $130, and they accepted.
You serious?
I definitely paid up for her, but to turn $50 into a $130 sale, I'll take it. Pretty good sales, right? I think I'm very happy with the way those turned out. Some small sales, some right there bread and butter sales, and a couple of high dollar sales. The manual and the turtle. Well, she's a lizard, but you get the drift. And again, some of those, like I said, weird price points. Why do I do that? Well, there's a couple reasons why I do that, and there's a couple of things that cause that, actually. One thing is that I send a lot of offers, and generally when I send offers, it's a percentage off. I don't send out a price necessarily. I send out a percent off. So it's 5%, 6%, whatever it is. A lot of times that ends in a wacky number, right? And so that is a result of offers that I send out. Also, sometimes offers come in like the one on the manual with 40 cents at the end. I don't know why people do that, but usually when they put that at the end, they are trying to get something at an even dollar amount. A lot of times, actually, they don't figure in the taxes into that, and so it throws it off anyway. Sometimes they do, and it comes out even. But usually when somebody sends me an offer with a goofy price point, psychologically, I know they're trying to get this to an even number, so I'm going to help them with that. If I'm going to counter like I did with that guy, he sent 114.40. I thought, you know what? I want to try and get a little bit more. I'm not going to send back 120. He wants this even. So let's play along, right? Let's play that game. 119.40. And it worked. Now, would he have taken 120? Maybe. Probably, I guess. But it's 60 cents, right? Let's play the game. Whatever game he's playing, I'm down as long as he buys that manual. And he did. I run a sale in my store pretty much all the time. For items that are $20 and under, I think right now it's 16% off something. I can't remember. I fiddle with the number. But the $20 price point and down, I have a lower percentage off. And then everything up from that is right now, I think 33%, something like that, 35%. So I will price up a little bit from what I would want it to be at, and then it comes down. That just a little trick. I picked that up from Kat, the nurse flipper. And if you guys know Kat, she is really good at this. And so I thought, if Kat's using it, I'm going to give it a shot. And it works. I run it consistently. It's not a week at a time sale. It's all the time. And I could do a 10% off sale, even a 12%, whatever it is. But when this comes up and people see, hey, that's a 30% off sale, it feels a lot better, right? It feels like they're getting a really good deal. And so they're more apt to look at mine over the guy that's only got 10% off, even if the prices are basically the same, because that number sticks out, right? And that's why I price things at weird price points, because I want things to stick out.
His prices are insane.
Now, it might be an offer they sent. It might be an offer that I sent, or it might be a result of my sale. But things are also priced weirdly, because I think that helps stick out from the crowd. Because if everybody out there is at zeros or 99s or 98s or 49s or 50s, whatever it is, the common ones, mine is going to stand out in that crowd, right? Mine is the blinking light sitting there in the middle of all those listings. If that one looks different, if their eye is drawn to it, if everything else is equal, but their eye is drawn to mine first and they click on that one, mine might be the one that gets the sale. Now, also, if they sort from cheapest, right? You can, when you do a search for an item, because I think as much as eBay tries to push us into, promote your store, promote your brand, eBay, for the most part, I believe, is one-off purchases. People are looking for specific items. They don't really care about what your storefront looks like. They're looking for that item, right? And so if somebody searches for the item and their search parameters or their sort parameters are for the cheapest plus shipping, I want mine to have a better chance of popping up near the top than the other guy. And what's the other guy most often doing? And now I'm giving out my secrets. Y'all are you're gonna mess this all up. But I love you, so I'm telling you anyway. Mine is going to be higher than the guy that priced his at 99 or 98 or even 97 if mine is at 73. Okay, those few cents are going to add up over time, but really, do they matter? Especially if they get you a sale. If they're sorting and all they care about is the cheapest price, they look at yours, you've got good feedback, you've got a good shipping policy, the pictures look good, the description's good, the item condition, everything, all the boxes are checked. You made the top of the list or more towards the top of the list because you took a few more cents off than the other guy that's sticking to the standard price point. So that's why I do it that way. Give it a shot. I'd like to hear it. Even if you're competing with me, I want to hear it. So if you decide to fiddle around with the different price points, let me know. Give it a shot for a few weeks and see if it results potentially in some more sales. I'd be interested. Maybe if something's been sitting for a while, do a price change on it and price it down 12 cents or 16 cents. You know, something weird so that it stands out potentially from the crowd. I don't know. What do I know? I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you wouldn't mind, hit that thumb on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell as well underneath. That'll let you know when we put new stuff up. That's happening more and more often now that I'm doing this full time. But the schedule right now is a little bit in flux. So if you hit the bell, that'll let you know when the new stuff crops up. I do want to let you know before I leave that we're going to do another Whatnot auction. We've been off of those for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. Going to get to doing more of those, and we're going to try and do one today. So I haven't even scheduled it in the Whatnot system yet, but I am going to. We're going to put that thing together, let's say 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And I've got some vintage figures. I've got Star Trek. We've got some wrestling. We've got, I think, some sports like Ken Griffey Jr. and stuff like that, like starting lineup. Now, these generally, the cards are messed up, right? They might as well be loose. So these are ones that you're going to want to buy to pull out of the packaging, probably, and display on your shelves or desks or whatever. So we've got new stuff on damaged cards. That's coming up today on Whatnot. I'm Mountain Man, MTN_MAN. On there, it's down in the description if you want to find that out. But if you stop on by, that'd be great. If you don't, I'll see you here next time.